Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's section reads. This should be on the YouTube channel James13 Wicca in case you're seeing it somewhere else. The decks and dice information that'll be below. Other than that, if you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's also below. I'll repeat this at the end, of course. All right, and let's go ahead and get into your selection. Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Sagittarius? You got the Ace of Pentacles, and then it's followed by the Wheel of Fortune, which the more I look at the Wheel of Fortune, the more it looks like a really distorted Ace of Pentacles to me. So good energy. We like good energy. Yeah. Somebody has been holding back. This doesn't have to be a romance reading, by the way, but I'll show this card just to get it out of the way. The Lover's card pops up. So, very strong. Somebody, and it's being backed up by the Ace of Cups. So, like, somebody thinks you're the bee's knees for sure. It doesn't have to be romance. It could be of a work connection and somebody just thinking you're awesome. Like, and why not, you know? It's your energy on the other side is kind of like, yeah, well. I don't know. It's kind of like, yeah, they think I'm awesome. All right. I don't know if I'm not believing or I'm not understanding or I'm just kind of like, well, today you feel that way, but tomorrow we'll see what tomorrow brings. Maybe it's one of those things. Kind of like I'm not convinced that this is how it is. Sure, they like me today, but let's see how far that goes. It might be one of those things because it's kind of like, yeah, okay, but this Five of Swords is kind of like, yeah, okay, but okay, well, we'll see. It's not bad, but it's kind of like, you know, I got things. You also got a lot of things going on. You're busy. Sag, busy? No way. Yeah. Sag, busy? All the time. It's okay. World, Knight of Wands, and then this, which is very. It's like the horse at the gate, like, you know, the horse races where they're waiting behind the gate. Something, it feels like that to me. Kind of like, you know, energy's building. Something is coming. Is this like something new, or this energy is like really kind of like they want you to come closer, like come closer, come closer. I'm not seeing bad energy here, but I do see that this energy knows what they want from you. The Hierophant is also here. They definitely want something from you. There's a certain version of you they're interested in. There's a certain way they want this to come forward. It may be a certain way they want this to come forward. This energy isn't always going to be here. But it's like this next phase, because they're going to be offering this Ace of Pentacles, it seems like it has to start on their terms. It's like they want to clarify and make sure that both you and them understand how this actually is going to work, and to make sure, like, this keeps looking like the devil, that little red devil underneath the Wheel of Fortune reminds me of the hand here on this card. Like, it just looks like we're duplicating something. So, like, I'm trying to understand why it looks like we're duplicating something. Because they're offering you something, but they also want to, like, kind of like, well, if it goes this way, then that. If it goes that way, then this. You can't plan for everything with the Wheel of Fortune, but it's almost like they want to kind of, like, just secure, like, you know, no matter what happens, you have my back, right? Because I'll have yours. One of those things. I showed this. They want you in their life. There's a lot of energy pushing this forward. Like, they do want you in their life. That, I feel like, okay, this is what, even with the random things, there's a lot of energy coming in with this. I just want to make sure that you're going to have my back no matter what happens, and I'll have yours. That's really, like, there's a lot of energy with that. Do you want that? Because, not for nothing, Sag ends up doing a lot of stuff. It's kind of like, I'll have your back as long as you keep up your side of the bargain. So whoever this person is to you, it's kind of like, if you do what you're supposed to do and keep up to the standard, I can hold up to my standard. That's fine. I don't see you going along with this right off the bat. I feel like I'm going to avoid it at first. I feel like at first you're avoiding it, which is your prerogative. I don't really see any damage. That seems to be fine. In fact, if you're avoiding it at first, that may give it a second for the other side to kind of like, well, I need to make this more appealing to Sagittarius. Which, why not? Why not? Something of value is trying to come in. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. We want whatever comes in to actually not only go your way, but stay going your way. Energy is really strong with that. Like, I keep getting like, they want to make sure no matter what happens, you have their back because they'll have yours, that type of thing. I feel like sometime in the near future, which is a general read, take it with a grain of salt. The moment comes forward where they bring it forward in the sense of like, all right, listen, let's sit down and talk this out. Are you interested or not? And it's not motion forward as much as kind of like, are we going to do this? This is a fire energy, sometimes talks about Leo. I feel like they're laying out all the things they want you to be a part of. You don't have to accept it as is. Be careful of that. I would not accept it as is. You got to do what's right for you, but they're saying you don't have to accept it as is. That might be your knee-jerk reaction. Oh, this is the offer? I guess that's okay. Yeah, I'll do that. You don't have to do it that way. Another version is, oh, this is the offer? Well, let's talk about this. First, let's talk about this. I'm looking at your whole offer. I don't think I should have to do. I know that I don't really think that's going to be for me. Why do you want me to do that? Maybe that's the way to. Why do you want me to have this? I'm better at this, and I want those. But why do you want me over here? That's not really my thing. That's not really something I'm interested in. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in that. I'm just going to get it off my plate and get rid of it. So if that's something you want from me, I'm just telling you, I'm just going to take care of it and move it on. I'm not going to go in depth with that because I don't want that. And I feel like if I'm just blunt honest with it, it may seem like whatever this is, it may seem like, oh, I'm kind of taking a risk by doing that. I feel like if I'm blunt honest, like, why do I need to have that? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm just going to do what I need to do to get it off my plate because I don't like it. I don't really want to do with it. If I have to do it, I'll do what I have to do, but I'm getting rid of it. I don't want anything to do with it. I mean, putting it too harshly. Yeah, don't act like you like something that you don't like. I also feel like Sagittarius is more, you'll be more pleasant with it than maybe I'm bringing it forward. Maybe I'm being too blunt. But like really putting it out there, like this I'm not really interested in. I'm not going to spend a crazy amount of time on it. I'm just going to do what's required and move on from it. These other things, I'll put more energy into those because I like those. If you need me to take that, like I'm not going to do much with it. I'm not going to put a crazy amount of energy there because I don't really care about it. I feel like you'll have a better way to say it because I feel like I'm putting it forward very bluntly. Maybe you'll do the same. Because I feel like there could be a little bit of a negotiation here. And if you're honest with it and you're like, I don't really want to do that. If I need to, I will, but I'm not. I'm just going to get it off the plate and move on. I'm not going to put a crazy amount of energy with it. Like, if you want that done, that's up to you, but I'm not going to go crazy with it. That's going to be lower on my priority list because I don't like it. It seems like if you do that, then it goes forward better in your... more in your favor. Because I feel like when you say that, they know you do what you like well. But if you're going right off the bat saying, I don't really want to do that, I feel like you'll be like, well, all right, well, let's relook at this for a second. I don't know if I said it right, because, again, they think you're the bee's knees. And if you're like, I don't really want that, I'll just do what I have to do, but then I'm just like, it's kind of like talking to a kid. Like, they don't want the vegetable. They're only going to take as much as they have to, and they're just going to choke it down fast and get rid of it. They're not going to enjoy it. They don't want it. They don't want to look at it. So if you're giving them some vegetable and you're like, I put all this energy into making this vegetable, I thought you'd like it. I don't, but I'll eat it, but only as much as I have to. Like, you know, if you think of a little kid that way, if you give them that, like, I'm only doing it because you're making me, but I don't like it, and I'm only taking as much as I have to, and that's it. I feel like they'll look at this differently. Like, all right, well, if you don't really want to do it and you're going to spend your energy on other things, maybe I don't need you to do this anyway. And they like you, so they want you to be happy. There might be actually, because I'm looking at this whole, like, smorgasbord of stuff, and I'm like, they're like, well, all right, you don't like that, but there's 3 other things here we need. Like, do you like any of these other 3 things? And you're like, well, that one, I don't mind that one. I'd prefer that over this. In fact, if you give me that, I can do that one. That one I'd be happy to do. So, like, there might be like, all right, you know, there has to be some vegetables, and the kid's like, well, I don't like peas. And you're like, well, and they're like, well, we have Brussels sprouts, carrots, or cauliflower. How about any of those? Oh, I'll do the carrots. All right. Peas, no, they'll eat the carrots. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense with this, because I don't feel like it's like, I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. It's not like that. It's kind of like, I don't really care for that. Do you have something else we could switch out with that? Because I don't really care for that. That's not really my bag. Sooner or later, it's going to go there anyway. Your natural energy, you will ignore or move away from things you don't really like to do, is what I'm getting. You're going to spend more time with the things you like and less time with the things you don't. So instead of it getting there in a long, like, it doesn't have to take forever to get to this part of negotiation. You can just snap right into it. It's a lot more comfortable for you and for whoever you're dealing with. It gets a better outcome for you and for whoever you're dealing with. Again, they like you. And if you're just upfront about it like that, and you take a minute and you think about it, and you're like, no, I don't really want the peas, but I'll take the carrots. They're like, they'll be happy to switch it. They're like, as long as a vegetable is eaten, it's fine. We'll do it. It's all good. I keep doing that vegetable. I don't know. That's just where it's going with this reading. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you very much for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.